Today's topic is called choices. Everyone in this room has made quite a bit of choices already, even today. Chose what time to get up this morning, right? Chose what you had to eat for breakfast. We all get to choose our friends. You get to choose what you want to do for a living. But there's some things that we don't get to choose. We don't choose our families. And I grew up in a tough Brooklyn neighborhood, maybe not as tough as Paterson, but almost as tough. And I grew up with a single parent. My mother was out working all the time, and my father was a liar, a thief, a cheat, a drunk, and he was abusive to my siblings, to my mother, and to me. And he wasn't around very often, but he never paid the rent. So when I was your age, I lived in 7 different apartments, bounced around. But I didn't feel sorry for myself. I had a plan, I had a dream. It starts with a dream, but to get that dream to reality, there's some steps along the way. You can't just sit back and say, I want to be LeBron James, because it won't happen if you just dream about it. You have to take that dream and write it down with a date. Then it becomes a goal. When you have a goal, you then have to make steps. There's steps involved. For me, it was playing Major League Baseball. So there were certain steps. I needed to eat healthy. I needed to exercise. I needed to do well in school. I needed to do that extra work. And then after that, you need to put that into action, and then it becomes a reality. Okay, so there's a couple of steps in between the dream and the reality. There's the goal, the plan, and then putting that plan into action. So I want to share a small story with you. When I was your age, and I was hanging out on the corner with my so-called friends, there was an old man, an old wise man, who I call my guardian angel, Mr. Romano. He played the accordion. He had polio, which meant his hand was like this, and it was perfect for playing his accordion, which was around his back. And he called me over, and he said, Danny boy, show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are. And it was almost as if I stepped out of my body for a minute. I was across the street seeing what he was seeing. And I looked at my friends. 2 of them were writing graffiti on someone's front door. There were another 2 who were drinking beer out of a brown paper bag. And then the last 2 smoking cigarettes. And he said it again. Show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are. So he wasn't calling me a bad kid. He was planting a seed. He knew that I must have had it in me. And I looked across the street and I said, that's not who I am. And I began to make better choices. Right? We get to choose our friends. And I'll tell you where those 6 young men are right now. 2 are homeless and on drugs. 2 are in jail. And 2 didn't make it past the age of 18. 1 shot himself playing around with a gun by accident, and the other was shot in a drive-by. My path was very different. I set some goals. I spent my time on the diamond rather than on the corner. While they were throwing punches, I was throwing baseballs. When they were stealing cars, what do you think I was stealing? Bases. You got it. In college, I led the country in stolen bases. Took my team to the city championship in high school, played at Yankee Stadium at age 17, pretty cool. Got a college scholarship. And then after that, got drafted to the Minnesota Twins. Played parts of 3 seasons with their organization, baseball card, got to play on TV, all of that fun stuff. Since then, met and married the woman of my dreams, started 2 businesses, built a house, wrote a book, got on TV and radio, and now I'm here talking to you. Why? Because I care, but I want to help. So I'm so glad you have index cards here. That's awesome. I don't know if you want to use one of those index cards or a piece of paper, but I want you to write down 7 things. 7 steps that I call them. And there are lots of ways to get to where you're going, and you'll know why I chose these 7 items. Just write down the words. Word number 1, confidence. Henry Ford. Anyone here know who Henry Ford is? Or was? No? Got it. Ford automobile. He said, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. Now, when I coach baseball, there's always one player who has difficulty catching the ball. And whenever I talk to that player, you know what they say? I say, what's going on in your head? And they say, please don't hit it to me. What do you think happens? They admit not only does the ball get hit to you, but you miss it. So I say, replace that. Do you think LeBron James says, please go in? No, he expects it to go in. So that's what the great players do. And if you believe you can, it means you have a chance. If you believe you can't, you will miss it every time. Don't use the word can't. You can. I believe in you, but it's very hard for people to believe in you if you don't believe in yourselves. Be confident. Choose to be confident. It's a choice. Number 2, write this down. Hard work. I used to say hustle, but sometimes students mistake that. I'm not talking about street hustle. I'm talking about working hard and doing more than what is asked of you. Showing up early, leaving late, doing the extra credit. When I was in college, I got up at 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m. before school started, and I ran. And I had a double play partner with me who would hit me ground balls. We would run sprints together because I wanted to give myself every possible chance. I had a plan, and I was putting that plan into action because I wanted my dream to become a reality. Work hard. Number 3, opportunity. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Does anybody know who sings that or raps that? Because a couple of the other classes didn't know. I love that song. I love the meaning behind it. I love the story behind it. Opportunity comes and goes so fast. Today's an opportunity for you. 8 different speakers coming in to tell you their stories. And my story may resonate with you, and someone else may resonate with you. But if you can grab one piece of wisdom from this to help you with your story, it was well worth it. Yes? Number 3 is opportunity. Winston Churchill. Anybody know who that is? He was the Prime Minister of England back during World War II, one of our great leaders. He said, the optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. The pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. So I took my rough childhood, and I wasn't a pessimist. I used it as an advantage. My father became one of my greatest role models. I knew exactly who I didn't want to become. I knew the man, the husband, and the person I wanted to be. Recognize opportunity. When I was in college, I was taking batting practice one day, and I had the worst batting practice ever. I couldn't hit the ball out of the infield. And then I noticed this old man walking down along the sidelines, and he had a white fishing cap with a briefcase, and it said Minnesota Twins on the briefcase. So I knew exactly who he was. I recognized opportunity. I went back into the batter's box, grabbed my bat, and I felt like Aaron Judge. The field was too small. I hit 10 balls out of the park. And as the last one landed in the parking lot, the old man called me over, and he asked for my information, and I filled out a form, and I knew I had a shot. And he's the same guy who drafted me with the Minnesota Twins just a month later. Opportunity, sometimes it comes and goes really fast. Number 4, integrity. Anyone tell me what that word means? You heard it before? Yeah. Yes? Come on, just give it a shot. Integrity, yes. Okay, it's who you are as a person. What do you believe in? You believe in truth and justice and fairness and honesty and respect. It's your values. It's who you are. John Wooden, great UCLA basketball coach, won 10 national championships, including 7 in a row. Coach K from Duke just beat his record, I believe. And he had a great quote. He said, the true character of a man, I'm going to say and woman, is what they do when no one's watching. So my question to you is, what do you do when no one's watching? Right? When the teacher leaves the room, or when no one's home, what are you doing? Are you doing something that's going to get you closer to your dream and your goal?
No.
Right? Hopefully not playing around with the phones and the fingers. I know my boys have some strong thumbs from video games and that. Focus on what you need to do. Number 6. 5. Compassion. You know what that means? That means passion with a heart. Compassion means caring for others. The way your teachers care for you, the way all of these speakers care for you, even though we don't know you, we're here to help. So, someone told me once that when you reach for the stars, don't use 2 hands, only use one. Take the other one so you can help someone up along the way. Right? Care about others. Number 6, and this is in a particular order for a reason, but this doesn't mean this is the 6th most important value. Education. Write that down. Number 6, education. Albert Einstein. Everyone know who Albert Einstein is? The guy with the funky hair. Smart dude, right? He said, education should commence at birth end at death. That means it should begin at birth and end at death. Never stop learning. If I told you that you can't run any faster ever again, you'd be like, really? Or you can't be any prettier, or you can't be any stronger, or you can't be any better at playing an instrument or playing the sport, you would think I was crazy. So why are we going to stop our learning at a certain point? Go on, graduate high school. Go on to college, graduate college. Even if you're the first one in your family to do it. I was the first. Youngest of 4 children, I was the first to do it. Don't think that you have to be what someone else thinks you want to be or need to be. You be what you want to be. Education. And last, and this is my favorite of all 7, smile. That's easy, right? Smile. Can I get everyone to smile? Sometimes I just have to ask for it. So I have a goal every day to make 20 people smile. And I'm talking about the old lady on the park bench, or the person who makes my bagel in the morning, or someone passing in the street, the crossing guard, the police officer, whoever it is. I try to get people to smile. So when you smile, it's contagious. Mother Teresa said that greet each person with smile, for the smile is the beginning of love. So now I want you to circle each first letter of each of those words. Tell me what it spells. First letter. Choices. Awesome. So that's meant for you to remember it. So when you think about choices, you think about you choose to be confident, you choose to work hard, you choose to recognize opportunity, you choose your integrity, who you are, you choose whether to be compassionate, you choose how hard you're going to work in the classroom, and finally you choose whether you're going to smile or not. Those are your choices, they belong to you. And choose the right friends, because you get like those who you hang around. And if I didn't listen to that old man, I won't be here. Right? So the choices you make today will affect the life that you live tomorrow. Thank you so much.